everybody? It's your girl, DAZZLE, and you guys are with me late at night. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, all you have to do is go into my description box and everything is going to be down there. So everything I say is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only until modern science can come up with a mathematical equation that the metaphysical science is an actual valid form of science, okay? And any tool of divination I use until science can come up with a mathematical equation that these tools of divination are in fact another tool of science, then everything I say here is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So not only that, this person is innocent until proven guilty, okay? So let's get into it. We're going to talk about Diddy. Diddy. So we already know Cassie has gotten a settlement for an undisclosed amount, I believe. Y'all let me know how much the amount was exactly, right? So with that being said, now another woman is accusing Diddy and two other men of gang raping her when she was 17. And says he made her squeeze his nipples because he could not orgasm. Okay? So, the other woman is being identified as Jane Doe because she does not want her actual information out. The claims, basically, is coming from her when she was 17. And, you know, in the claims, it's the same trigger warning as the other claims that Cassie put out there. Not only that, Cassie's lawyer is actually defending Jane Doe as well. So that is an interesting thing. I actually kind of seen that when it came to T.I. and Tiny, when both of them was going through what they were going through. The same lawyer, it was one lawyer defending all these, victims, right? So basically, in the law, in the statement, right, in 2023, she's stating that she was 17 years old in the 11th grade. She's stating that she was trafficked and gang raped by Mr. Combs and his longtime friend, who was the president of Bad Boys Record, Mr. Pierre, and also a third assailant, right? And what she's saying is that she met Mr. Pierre and the third assailant at a lounge in Detroit, Michigan, with her friends, right? So she's 17 and she's at a lounge with adults, right? But in in around the early 2000s, these girls that they were getting were like younger, way younger than them. Like if you look at around that time and earlier than that, you had younger women barely out of high school, still in high school, in the industry, that were dating men twice or three times their age. So that was indeed going on. So that's what they liked. That's what they were attracted to. So in this lounge, Mr. Pierre was talking about how she's so cute and everything else like that, and that he know P. Diddy, that's his friend, and basically he was saying that he had introduced her to him and put her on a private jet to take her to New York or whatever. And basically, he went into the bathroom and started smoking crack in the bathroom and made her go in there with her. And while they were in the bathroom, he forced her to give him oral sex. And then afterwards, he took her on a plane to New York. Now, this is all a 17-year-old, right? First of all, have no business in the lounge and no business messing with a man, a grown man, and no business jumping on a plane, okay? So when they get on the plane, right? Also, what did it say? Yeah. They took her to the daddy's house recording studio and supplied her with drugs and alcohol to the point that she was severely inebriated. And I told y'all, first of all, you cannot consent when you are under the influence. And not only that, she can't consent anyway because she's a minor, right? So after that, they took turns graping her. Technically, they took turns taking advantage of her, right? And then after all that happened, they took her back on the plane and sent her home. But within the lawsuit, though, it is funny because they're saying that P. Diddy had ties to BMS, the Black Mafia family. And basically, you know, I guess they funded or whatever they did Bad Boys Records. So the first thing we're going to do is, what's the energy? Let's just ask, did it happen? What happened? What happened with this plaintiff, Jane Doe, at 17, with Pierre and P. Diddy and the third is selling? What happened that fateful night? If we can figure out. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Well, please keep in mind, everything is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only until modern science can prove otherwise. So here's what we're going to do. Okay? You got the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is upright. So this is like clear, direct communication, straight up coming in, right? It can be a little aggressive with their communication, but I do believe that Mr. Pierre did come straight at her, right? You know, he's seen what he wanted. So I think it's right what she's saying. He came straight at her. I'm going to do some clarifiers too. No, I want to do this one. He came straight at her. Clarify the Knight of Swords upright. Because I want to make sure, you know, because it's just the loop. He came straight at her. That's talking about that. The Ten of Swords is a betrayal. So something did happen to her with this Ten of Swords right here. And they took her clothes off. And, you know, usually it's a body underneath the Ten of Swords. So it was an assault on multiple fronts in her mind, right? So to me, I feel like these clothes are on the floor, and when I look at the clothes on the floor, I really do feel like she didn't take those clothes off herself. I do feel like, you know, because she could not consent, it was taken advantage of. So let's, you know, go ahead and explain the Knight of Swords. Please clarify the Knight of Swords for me. Okay, so the Knight of Swords was clarified by the Magician in the reverse. This is a manipulator, okay? This is a trickster, okay? The Magician is what he is, a magician, right? But in the reverse, this is a trickster. So it's coming in with lies and manipulation, and he's coming straight forward for this girl, right? So this girl is 17, and this man was targeting her in this lounge. He knew that she was young, but he didn't probably know how young she was. But however, he manipulated her, right? By telling her, oh, we're going to go on a jet. Oh, P. Diddy's my friend, everything else like that. So it is manipulation there, okay? And clarify the Ten of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Swords. 1, 2, 3. Clarified by the Ten of Swords. So what I'm going to tell you is that's what it is. Something absolutely happened to this girl. Okay? Because I never got a Ten of Swords clarified by the Ten of Swords, right? That's what happened. I don't even need to tell y'all the whole story because that's exactly what happened. The betrayal. The betrayal of my body. Okay? So I mean, I don't even know what to tell you right there. And the Eight of Swords is in the reverse. This is usually it talks about a mental prison, right? So this is you in your own mental prison, feeling restraint or whatever. But it also could be that that person felt imprisoned by what they were doing to her, what they did to her. And this is a way of freeing herself from that mental anguish and from the trauma, right? So let's clarify the Eight of Swords. What in the reverse? Clarify that. 1, 2, 3. The Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay? The Five of Swords in the reverse is just clarifying that, yes, it happened. I do believe, though, with the Five of Swords in the reverse, I do believe a couple of things, though. I do believe that, yes, they wanted it to go public, okay? They know exactly who she is, okay? They remember her, okay? So they know exactly who she is, but they can't do anything about it, right? Because she went to the law and she has a lawyer, and because it's public, everyone sees what's going on, right? So you just can't do anything shiesty to her. Also, this is a card when it's though people have been saying for years how this person is and no one believes it. So now it's the time for things to come out in a lawsuit that, lifts the veil and take the blindfolds off. And this person will be seen as they truly are, the things that people been saying. So, to be honest, that's why it's the Eight of Swords in the reverse as well. Okay? Because people are seeing who he is. They are looking at the bigger picture. They can open their eyes and see, right? They're not entrapped by the facade and the glitz and glamour of him. They really see him as that man, right? Also with Pierre, they're starting to see him as he really is. So you have the Empress in the reverse. The Empress in the reverse, okay? So this is giving me, if someone raped you, they took something from you. The Empress upright is the divine feminine. They feel like the divine feminine, right? They feel like they're in that goddess energy, right? They feel like they're abundant. They feel like they are whole. In the reverse, they don't feel that way. Okay? This has scarred her in a way, right? They kind of viewed her as a hoe. But she's not a hoe if you manipulated her, right? And you forced your will in this manipulation. You betrayed her, okay? And the psychological abuse. And the reason why is for sure they are entitled. They feel entitled to people's body, okay? But the problem is with feeling entitled, you're not entitled if you have to manipulate someone to do so, okay? And people who are entitled shouldn't have to, right? People who feel like they deserve, or things are supposed to be handed to them. If they were supposed to be handed to you on the silver platter, why do you got to manipulate it, right? Let's clarify the Empress in the reverse. 1, 2, 3. The Six of Pentacles is in the reverse. She feels like she lost something. Also, she feels like they need to give her something. Money. She feels like they owe her some money. She feels like she is owed money. And P. Diddy need to pay her off too. But it happened. So let's talk about this coke thing. And he's been fighting this for a while too. I wouldn't be surprised if she reached out. Did she reach out to him before this lawsuit for monetary gain? Did Jane Doe reach out to P. Diddy or Pierre before this lawsuit happened for monetary gain? Because of what happened? 1, 2, 3. Yes. The Ten of Pentacles is right here. Is in the reverse. So this talks about, if we're talking about money, yeah, she did. But I think that this was under legal stuff for a minute. I don't think Jane Doe that came out was actually, it just happened. This isn't just happening. I think that he has been for a while defending himself, right? And he's been on top of things for a while. But unfortunately, and then he probably did promise her something. Okay? I don't think this happened overnight, y'all. I think he promised her something. Promised her money and didn't deliver. Because the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. They say one thing, do another. He's been on top of things, saying that he's going to do this, that, and the third, and then he doesn't do it. All right? So, yes. It's been happening for a while. So, let's talk about the crack cocaine use. Now, I believe Jane Doe. I believe this plaintiff. Okay? I've never gotten a Ten of Swords clarified by a Ten of Swords before. So, something absolutely happened. A betrayal absolutely happened, allegedly. So, let's see. Let's see. Pierre and drug use. Was he really smoking crack? 1, 2, 3 in the bathroom. Okay. Yes, he was smoking crack. Okay. And he was drunk. This talks about the Ace of Cups right now. Yes, he was smoking crack. I do believe that it was substances, and I do believe there was alcohol, right? So he was doing both, okay? The Ten of Pentacles is up right now, so I kind of feel like yes. I feel like yes, he does, right? But I do feel like it's something that they do. You know, these people with all this money, with the Ten of Pentacles for me as well, this is the peak of stability, security, and wealth. The upper echelon people, I feel like they dabble in all types of drugs, right? I do. And she's not lying at all. So, I don't know what to tell you. They were smoking crack. He was smoking crack. Does P. Diddy smoke crack? Does he partake in crack or cocaine use or drug use, allegedly? 1, 2, 3. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, I do think you have this in the back. I do think that if he does do those substances, it's party substances. So he does it when he's partying, right? I do think with the Page of Cups in the reverse, there is a little bit of naivety about drugs, but the whole time, take the naivety part out. That's not what I wanted to say, because I'm always saying naivety with the Page of Cups in the reverse. The Page of Cups in the reverse tend to do stuff, right? They're easily influenced about what's going on around them, right? So a lot of things is that, you know, you have these people, these selfish, self-centered people, right? They do stuff like that, right? I told you about the upper echelons and the elite or whatever you want to call it. But I do think when he is on those substances, if you say something crazy to him, you got to watch what you say around him when he's on those substances, because he'll go left. Okay, reason why I'm saying that is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. You say something to the Eight of Wands in the reverse, they go left. So he's the type of person that when he is on substances like alcohol or drugs, you know how some people be like, oh, I get crazy off of Henny. You know, he couldn't snap off of that, right? He does do that. Let's see. Black Mafia family. Let's just go ahead and talk about that. Does he really have ties with the BMF? Did he have ties with BMF? And what's going to come of that? 1, 2, 3. I think he had ties with him. But I don't think they work with each other anymore. Okay? But of course, BMF got taken down, right? The Black Mafia family. So of course, they don't work with each other anymore. Okay? But I do think they did work with each other, okay? And the only reason I'm saying is that they don't work with each other no more is the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, right? So they're not doing anything anymore with each other. But have they done it? Yes. Right? And I do think, that might come up, right? But they need to have more evidence, right? They're gonna need to have more evidence for that. So I don't know if the FBI been looking at him or whatever. I think they have. Does the FBI have evidence of money laundering or anything like that that's sufficient enough to pretty much take down bad boys when it comes to their association with BMF? 1, 2, 3. Oh. So they know what happened. Okay, so this is a bad omen for me with the 3 of Swords. So it happened, but I do feel like P. Diddy distant himself because the 3 of Swords talks about heartbreak, betrayal, and distant separation. So I feel like he separated, and I feel like he became his own entity with his own structure and stuff. So that did happen, but are they? Yes, I do feel like there's someone who is investigating with the 8 of Pentacles upright, working towards it. Eventually they're going to find something, and they will take them to court for it if they can find something, but they need more. You know how the FBI just don't come and get you yet because they want to make sure they got everything to nail you to the cross. I feel like they need a little bit more evidence, right? So let's talk about this deviant sexual behavior of P. Diddy. Let's see out here telling this girl to pinch his nipples for him to get off, right? Because I feel like everything that she said they did, right? Almost, right? Things coming back around again. Bad karma. So, yeah, his past is coming back, right? With that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. What about these nipple piercings? what is given? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. This is a man. When you are like elite, right? So I was looking at this movie called Sodom, right? And it's about how the elites, back in these fascist people, and they were really rich, and they was kidnapping people and doing all types of deviant stuff to them, and it just went from structure to utter like madness and chaos or whatever, with them just pretty much doing whatever they wanted to do with these people. I mean, making them eat feces, making them marry each other, then humping on each other, all types of crazy stuff, right? It's given that. So I feel like when someone is not in check and they're not in order, they abuse their power. So I feel like that absolutely happened. Okay? That absolutely happened. And I do believe he's into way more than what is being said on these documents. Okay? Based on that. All right? Opening your eyes. The devil is in the reverse. That means that he forces people to do something that they shouldn't do. I'm going to tell you, that means that he forces people to do sex tapes. He forces people to do deviant behaviors. You know, anything you think about an elite would do with too much time and too much money that go unchecked and people stay quiet, that's what that's given. Okay? So that, of course, happened, right? And then you got the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in the reverse. That, to me, is pretty much it happened. Okay? This is disappointments. This is looking back over stuff, seeing what happened in life. But it's given that, right? So what's going to happen now? Is he going to give her a payout? Is there a payout? Is there a settlement? What's happening? Because there's absolute validity to what this lady is saying. And he been knew about this and he been fighting back, but he hasn't been producing the money that she was talking about giving. 1, 2, 3. Hasn't been producing the money. Giving offerings without producing. So 1, 2, 3. I think they're going it in the public eye. He's under judgment, and people are really pretty much getting a big picture of what he has done. I do think there's going to be an offer, and I do think she is going to get something. Okay, she's going to get what she needs. Okay, so that's what I got for y'all. So look out for